Formula One, also known as F1, is the pinnacle of motorsport. It is a type of open-wheel racing that involves highly sophisticated, high-performance cars that are designed to be the fastest in the world. The sport has a rich and fascinating history that spans over 70 years, filled with exciting moments, incredible drivers, and cutting-edge technology. The origins of Formula One can be traced back to the 1920s and 1930s, when Grand Prix races were held throughout Europe. These were races between manufacturers, with teams from Mercedes-Benz, Auto Union, and Alfa Romeo competing against each other. These early races were not yet part of a formal championship, but they laid the groundwork for what would eventually become Formula One. In 1946, the Fédération Internationale de l'Automobile, FIA, was established as the governing body for motorsports. The FIA created a set of rules for a new racing category called Formula A, which would become the premier class of open-wheel racing. In 1950, the first Formula One World Championship was held, with Giuseppe Farina winning the title in an Alfa Romeo. In the early years of Formula One, the races were held exclusively in Europe. However, as the sport grew in popularity, it began to expand to other parts of the world. In 1958, the first non-European race was held in Argentina, and by the 1960s, races were being held in North and South America, Asia, and Africa. Throughout the 1950s and 1960s, some of the greatest drivers in the history of the sport emerged. Drivers like Juan Manuel Fangio, Jim Clark, and Jackie Stewart became household names, and their battles on the track became the stuff of legend. The technology used in the cars also began to evolve rapidly, with advances in aerodynamics, engine design, and suspension systems. In the 1970s and 1980s, the sport continued to grow and evolve. The cars became even faster and more powerful, and the races became more competitive. Drivers like Niki Lauda, Alain Prost, and Ayrton Senna dominated the sport, and their rivalries added to the drama of each race. In the 1990s and 2000s, the sport underwent significant changes. The use of electronic driver aids, such as traction control and launch control, was banned, making the cars more challenging to drive. New teams entered the sport, including Ferrari, which became one of the most successful teams in the history of Formula One. Drivers like Michael Schumacher and Lewis Hamilton dominated the sport during this era, and the battles between them and their rivals provided some of the most exciting moments in recent history. Today, Formula One is a global phenomenon, with races held in countries around the world. The sport continues to evolve, with new technologies being developed to make the cars faster and more efficient. The teams continue to push the boundaries of what is possible, and the drivers continue to provide some of the most thrilling moments in motorsport. And next is the 2023 Formula One Championship. Which team will win? Red Bull Racing, Ferrari, Mercedes, or another team? But will drivers Verstappen be champion again, or will it be someone else? I'm curious about your favorites for this year's teams and drivers championship. Don't forget to mention it in the comments section. Enjoy watching!